Welcome back. It's Lizzie from Lizzie's World of Gems, and today I'm working on my HUACAN. It is a scenery picture like you saw at the beginning of the lighthouse. I've got, see if I turn off the light and you can see how much I got done over here. Sorry, I'm gonna move the camera. This is how much I've got done so far. And I'm working on this section over here. I'm probably going to be working on it the majority of the day, but I have to kit up my next mystery diamond painting too as well today at some point in the day, and film that video for Monday, which you've already seen because this is Tuesday's video. I'm a little bit backwards, people. I film backwards, but this is out, so I take the advantage of filming it while it is out. So, everybody grab your whips and let's get at her. It's early in the morning as per usual. You know me, I love to film first thing in the morning when my brain is fresh. That's what I'm going to call it. My brain is fresh at this hour of the morning. And I just finished a symbol and I can already see that I missed one. Yeah. Story of my life. Story of my life. But let's see what happened this week. On Friday, I did my live for the giveaway and I announced the winner. If you haven't watched that live, go watch the replay. And yeah, I had a fun live. I think it's like 2 hours long. I wasn't expecting to stay on for 2 hours, but it ended up being that way. And let's see what else. Saturday, I was on the Zoom call. That was a lot of fun. I just find a Zoom call, you have a really hard time like talking, and then like you don't want to interrupt the next person talking, but I feel like you're trying to interrupt the next person so that you can even get a word edgewise in. I don't know. That's how I was feeling on the Zoom call. And then before I left a little bit early on the Zoom call. Not too early. I was on for quite a long time, but I had to go to the store, which I never ended up going because called Lazy Life, and I just ended up just chillaxing for a little bit longer. I was starting to get like antsy sitting here. I needed to stretch and stuff. And I finished a section and I went like, sorry guys, I'm gonna go now. And then someone's like, Liz was in here this whole time? Yeah, I was in here this whole time, but she came in late. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. I can't go in next week because obviously I'm working. But the following week after that, I can go in. But yeah, it was fun. You don't have to have the camera on if you don't want to. You can just have the audio on. It's a blast. It was a lot of fun. I found out a lot of stuff about what's going on in the world in different parts of the States, because like you only see the news. And in Canada, we probably don't get as much news about the United States as you guys do that live in the States. We only get like little bits and pieces of it because they're more focused on what's happening in our country. And I did hear some things like what the people were saying, but to hear it in reality is like, wow, you know. But it was a fun whip or chat or Zoom. First time on Zoom. I'm hearing everybody's connecting on Zoom now, and I'm like, what's so big about Zoom? But now I know, and it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of like the Facebooking one, but a lot of people can join. So yeah, that was fun. I had a blast. It was nice to interact with everybody. That you don't have to read the comments, you know what I mean? You don't have to read the comments and be in the chat. You can just talk, or you can just listen. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed it. So I was working on my Manny Manzano piece for my Mandy Whip-Along during this Zoom, and then afterwards, and I'm like, why am I getting so low in this color? Like, I'm not gonna have enough of this blue to finish. And I'm like, I must have did something wrong. I must have poured it in the wrong lock bowl or something. So I ended up checking, and I did pour some in the wrong color. So I spent like, I don't know, a half an hour sorting them out and putting them back in the right lock bowl. But then I'm looking at it and I'm like, I still look like I'm going to be short. So guys, I don't know what I did, but I contacted them and I told them that I'm going to be short, because not only short in that one, I'm going to be short in another one too. And I've looked at every single lock bowl and I don't see any other ones mixed. I only saw that one that was mixed. So yeah, I sent them an email. They said to send me, then they replied back on a Saturday, which I was very surprised. And they said, just give me your order, the order number of your purchase. They did not say yet if they're going to send me some or not. I have to check again and see if they email me back again after I sent them the information they wanted. Because, you know, I really want to finish that painting. And it kind of bummed me out. And then I'm thinking, well, I can still continue with after I separated those ones, because it gives me enough to go for a couple, maybe another row. I don't know, but I don't think I'm going to have enough just by looking at the amount that I have in the symbols that are still left to be put on. It is what it is. And I looked at the extra packages I got and they're all 310. I have no more of anything else other than 310 and one of the reds. So, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It is what it is, I guess. But hopefully they'll send me more so I don't have to trip out about it. But I will continue on working it. I think I was just getting a little bit fed up with it. Yes, because I worked on it Friday and I worked on it majority of Saturday, which I should have got some more of this one done, but this one is so confetti heavy. I was like putting it off a little bit. So I'm gonna, after I'm done filming this, I'm going to kit up my mystery diamond painting and get it all prepared with the duct tape and everything. And then I'm gonna film my post review for my Ever Moment mystery diamond painting. And then I'm gonna start the other one all for the mystery diamond painting. So yeah, it should be fun, people. It should be fun. This one is just so confetti heavy. It's probably going to take me longer than normal to finish this. And it's only I think it's a 60 by 45. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know how fast I'm going to get this one done, to tell you the honest truth. I wasn't in very many lives this weekend. I pretty much tapped out on lives. I might go into some today. Today is Sunday. I don't know. It depends on how I feel. I still have to head to the grocery store that I did not do yesterday that I said I was going to do when I was on the Zoom call. But when I got off the Zoom call, Tyler never came upstairs. So I didn't want to go by myself to the grocery store because I'm like that. I don't like to carry the pop and all that jazz. And I'd rather have Tyler come with me. So he came up later on and I said to him, you either A, cut the grass tomorrow and cut the grass every week, or you pay Danny, this guy that cuts grass around, like he has his own landscaping company, but he's kind of like, I don't want to say he's a friend of the family, but he's known to us because he's Portuguese and we're Portuguese. And, you know, us Portuguese people in this town know pretty much all the other Portuguese people. I'm not going to lie. It's true. It's a fact. And my sister knows him and she asked him if he'd cut my grass. Well, I have a very big backyard and he knows it because he's cut it for me a few times, but I never, like, committed to him to cut for the whole year. You know what I mean? Like for like the whole summer, he's cut it here or there, but he's done not a very good job. And I told my sister Helen that because like I do have a big yard. And then Helen's like, well, he does a good job on mine. And I'm like, yeah, but like I have this huge trampoline in the back of my yard that the other guy, I used to get this Canadian guy. I know it sounds horrible that I say Canadian guy, but that's how, when you're not Portuguese in this town, you refer to everybody else as Canadian. It's just a thing. It's not, it's just a thing, the way we talk, as Portuguese people talk. But I had this other guy do it for me, but he was expensive as well. And he did it for me all one summer. And he would move the trampoline and cut around it. He was really good. Danny seems to be a little bit more not so motivated to move it. Like, it's a heavy trampoline. And I don't blame anybody because the thing is heavier than heck. I hate it. Yvette told me that just put on Facebook free, but you have to come and get it. Like, it's this huge trampoline. Like, you guys think trampoline, the round trampoline? No, this one is the most heaviest trampoline you could possibly buy at Canadian Tire. And it said it was like the Olympic trampoline. It is heavy, people. Like, I don't understand. The bars they used on it are heavy as heck. And instead of springs on the side, it's actually bars. Oh my God. This thing is so heavy. I can't move it. So I think first I'm gonna ask my friends to ask their friends if they want to come get it. And if nobody wants to come get it, then I'll put it on Facebook. Free to a good home. Just come get it out of my yard. Because I am sick and tired of looking at that trampoline. Alyssa doesn't use it. Yvette used it for a while, but she don't come over anymore to bounce on it. And why is it sitting like it's shade for my dogs? But that's the only thing it's good for right now, because the dogs in the summer lie under it for shade because we don't have any trees in our backyard. But they can always lie underneath a chair on the deck if they really wanted to. Or underneath the deck for some shade. But I do notice the dogs do go under there for some shade. But it is what it is. I feel like I don't got enough of these gems yet. Oh my gosh. But no. It's too early to tell. So that's my dilemma about the trampoline. I hate that darn thing. I think I've jumped on it maybe once or twice. I'm not very athletic-y kind of person. I like to watch people, not actually physically do it. Aren't I funny today? I think I'm funny. I paused for a drink of my coffee. Oh, there's a train. There's a train. Choo-choo, chuck-chuck, choo-choo. The other day on my live, I said, oh, someone's cutting the grass. And they're like, well, we can't hear it. But you guys can hear the train. I don't know. I can hear the people cutting the grass, and it's annoying. It's all get-go. That's the thing about the summertime around here. When I find a quiet time to film, people are cutting the grass. That is probably why I started filming so early in the morning too. There's a choo-choo train. Do you know I only notice the trains when I'm filming? I don't notice them when I'm not filming. It's a true story. True story. And we'll just let the train go by. Some music, background music. Ooh, I'm running out of things to say. Boy, guys, I am boring. I am right all boring as get-go right now. I don't have a life. I don't socialize with anybody. Oh, I went for social distancing coffee. For the first time since this all started at my sister-in-law's. We sat outside and we had these chairs like really far apart, so none of us were like sitting beside each other. And we got Timmy's and we all sat there, and I picked up some Nova Scotia donuts from Timmy's because they have like, if you buy a certain donut from Tim Hortons, all the money is donated to help with what happened in Nova Scotia. If nobody knows what happened in Nova Scotia, there was a mass shooting in Nova Scotia. Somebody just, I don't really know how much details are out about it, but it turned out to be a man that had like a denture practice. So he would do dentures for people. Basically went ballistic and started shooting a lot of people and burning their houses down. Yeah, it was crazy. It happened in Nova Scotia a couple of weeks ago. So they have donuts being donated for that. So of course I had to buy some to help support my fellow Canadians. And I bought the donuts and I brought them over to my sister-in-law's. Now, my sister-in-law, I only have one sister-in-law, and my brother, as you all know. Y'all, did you hear me say that? I listen to you guys so much. Now I'm saying y'all, and I'm not even Southern. Go figure. Why do I do that? I don't know why. You know when you hear people so much, you start to pick up on their slang? Well, that's the thing. That's what's happening to me. But my brother-in-law passed away, but we're still close with my sister-in-law. And my sister Yvette right now is living with my sister-in-law because they both used to work together in the same nursing home. But my sister-in-law has now retired from the nursing home. And she actually retired when my brother was still alive, but then she went back and worked part-time. And the day my brother passed away, she was actually working Christmas Day. And my brother passed away while she was at work. But here and there, or say, she's still a big part of our lives. Of course, she's my sister-in-law. She's been my sister-in-law for like since I was a baby. And hopefully, you know, I hope she finds love again. Like, she's still young. She's only, what? I don't even know if she's 60 yet. But she's still young. She's still very, very vibrant. Takes really good care of herself. And, well, anyways, my sister Yvette's living with her because her boyfriend kicked her out because she's a frontline worker and he was scared he was going to get the virus from my sister, even though there's no cases in my sister's work. But whatever, she got kicked out. And she went to go live with my sister-in-law because my sister-in-law has the room. She has a big old house. Well, not big old, it's a big, beautiful, brand new house. And my sister's living in her basement like a queen. So yeah. So my sister Yvette was there too, but Yvette was all paranoid about the social distancing coffee because she's so scared to give it to any of, like, to be around any of us. But she sat far away and she wore a mask. I'm like, how are you supposed to drink a coffee with that mask on, Yvette? My sister Yvette sometimes. If you guys met her, you guys would think, boy, this girl is funnier than Liz. Let's just put it that way. She is funnier than Liz. I gave her a diamond painting and she's like, oh, well, when I give you back your Harbor Freights, like, I'll double wrap them in 2 bags and, like, just keep them at home for 2 weeks and don't touch them. Like, Yvette. Oh my gosh, she is, like, so paranoid. And then we're like, oh, we want to get a pool. She's like, oh, I'd buy a pool, but, you know, something about feces and swimming and the coronavirus. And I'm like, Yvette, like, stop talking about this. I don't even want to hear it. Nobody's going to poop in the pool. Dear Lord. I tell you, that woman, she drives me crazy sometimes. I'm like, just admit it. You don't want to fork out the money to buy a pool. Don't start using excuses about the coronavirus to not buy a pool. Because Alyssa's like, yeah, Yvette, you promised me you'd get a pool this year and blah, 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 blah. Alyssa started on her already. Like every year, she starts on her. I'm like, geez, just ask your brother. Your brother has enough money in the bank to buy you a pool. That's another thing. That's why I started talking about the grass and never finished. I said to him, if you don't want to cut the grass, then you're going to pay Danny to do the grass. And trust me, he can afford to pay Danny. Because I've seen how much money he has in the bank since he's living with his dear old mom. Yeah, he's loaded. Working at where we work, and he only gives me like $400 a month. He's loaded. I've seen how much money he has in the bank. I'm like, fork over the internet bill. And then he's like, oh no, I think you're lying about the amount of the internet bill. I'm like, I'm not lying. So I had to, like, show him the bill so he would believe me that it was that price. I'm like, it's your choice. You either pay it or it's gonna get cut off. Pick it. Not that I want it cut off, because then I can't film my videos, but I'm not gonna tell him that. It's our little secret. I just wanted him to pay the internet bill. That would come out of the $400 that I get from him a month. which I don't think that's asking for much for 2 people. Especially when he's eating us at a house and home. And I'm like, you have all this money. And I've dipped into my Corona savings, like hash fund, just to make sure we had enough money through all this pandemic. And you got all this money sitting in the bank? No, you need to start forking some money over. Little bugger. I'm like, he's got enough money to put money down for first and last month's rent on a place. I'm like, what the heck? Maybe you should start looking. He doesn't even want to look. He doesn't even have the energy to look. I think he thinks he's going to live with me forever. And I don't want that. I want my privacy back. But it's near here or there, I guess. Oh, I don't want to be a bummer today. I think I need to pause it again to go to the washroom. I'm not going to lie, this coffee's going right through me. Because, you know, I can't function in the morning without a Timmy's. I woke up this morning. Gigi's still in my bed. That's why you don't hear Gigi snoring. Because he's in my room, probably snoring logs on my bed. That little bugger last night hogged the whole entire bed. Have you seen Gigi on my Instagram? He ain't that big. But I don't know what it is with these guys that they have to lie like right next to my body. And then they give me like a queen size bed. They give me like this little section over here in the corner and they have all this space here. And then I have an uncomfortable sleep because the dogs are hogging the bed. Well, Lola didn't sleep with me last night. I think she slept with Alyssa. And Lola, since she's got her hair cut, is just trying to find the warmest places in the house to go because I think she's cold because she got hacked off all her hair. The one day it was cold out, colder than normal since this time of year. And what am I doing? I'm doing the side ones. I hope I'm not doing the wrong ones. Oh boy. And I opened the door for her to go out and she's like, nope, I'm not having this. And she would not go out. It was raining too. Nope. I literally had to pick her up and like chuck her out the door. Not literally chucked her, but you know, placed her outside the door. Then closed the door real quick so she wouldn't try to come back in. Yeah, I had to do that. And then when I went back to the door to go see if she's done anything, there she is shivering on the porch like, ooh, get me back in. And I'm like, oh, poor baby Lola. Yeah, it's Lola. I call Lola Luna. Oh gosh, it's just terrible. Then my daughter, Sarah, gets so offended. Like, I don't know why I do it. I just do. Quit calling your dog my daughter. And I'm like, sorry. Why did you name your daughter after a dog's name? Because everybody I know that's a Luna is a dog. But I'm like, eh. She gets me so mad. But you know what? Luna looks like a Luna. You know when you have a baby and you look at them and you name them and then you're just like, yeah, their face looks like their name, like Alyssa. Alyssa looks like Alyssa. Like I can't see Alyssa being anything else but Alyssa, and I can't see my daughter Sarah being anything else other than Sarah. Same with Tyler. And I named my kids all normal names that are very common. But you know, my daughter has to be extra special and name her child not a common name. what actually was is that there's this little girl in one of her daycares named Luna, and she said she had the longest, curliest hair you ever did see and beautiful brown eyes. And she's like, when I have a baby girl, I want to name her Luna like this little girl, because I guess this little girl was her favorite little girl in that daycare. I think it was the daycare she went to for her, like, you know, when you go do your class time, what do you call it, like a placement. It was in one of her placements that she met this little girl named Luna, and she really liked that little girl, so that's why she named her daughter Luna. Oh, speaking of Luna, it just drives me nuts watching her on FaceTime, and her head is like bobbling everywhere. And I'm like, Sarah, hold thy child's head. She is making me nauseous. What? She's fine. And I'm like, no, man. Her head is like bobbling everywhere because she just wants to go. She just wants to go, that child. And she's like, FaceTimes me the other day. And I like ignored her because I thought it was Chantel, because we have like a dibble dab crew. That's what we call her messenger thing. And she wanted to show me a trick. She's like, Luna's did a trick. I'm like, a trick? Like, what are you talking about? Dogs do tricks. What are you talking about? And she's like, I guess she had like her finger, Luna was holding on to her fingers, and then she was like pulling herself up with her fingers. I'm like, that's a trick. Look, she's gonna do it, and she didn't do it. She's like, well, now she's tired. She doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm like, yeah, okay, sir. Oh, things Sarah does with that. Well, we gotta have tummy time. I never did tummy time. Like, in my old school, I don't know. Like, what is tummy time? I don't know. I don't know with these people. Oh, Luna has to do tummy time. So I bought her, no, I'm lying. I did not buy it for her. Helen did. They got her a water mat for Luna's tummy time. So she's got that. But she has another mat, like a play mat with the toys that dangle down. And then at her feet is a little piano. So every time she kicks, the piano goes off. Luna really likes that one. What am I doing? Look at all those symbols down there I missed. Good gravy. This is the story of my life, people. I miss everything. Yeah. Oh, you can hear the birds chirping now. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can. The birds are going chirp, chirp, chirp. It's morning. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Yep. They are so. I like the sound of that, but sometimes if I do it too long, it starts to give me a headache, I'm not gonna lie. I was on FaceTime with my sister the other day, and she's like, how do you make her snap like that? I'm like, if I told you, I'd have to kill you. She's like, whatever, tell me. And I'm like, oh, I'm not telling you. But everybody knows it's my patty wax that's making the noise. But my sister, yeah, I figured out that the patty wax works good. the SS works really good if you warm it up the first time, and then after just scrape it with it cold. It tends to stay in there a little bit longer, because when it's warm, it seems to be wanting to come out. I don't know, that's just me. Trying to learn all the tricks of the trade, but what seems to be working for me, I really like the Patty Wax SS. I am going to buy more of it because I really do like it, and I like the wax. So I like the Patty Wax SS in my my single placer, but I like the white wax. See the white wax? I like the white wax. You can see I put it in my multi-placer, and that's how Liz rolls. That's how Lizzie rolls. If you ever want to know, that's how I roll. Oh, another thing. I was going to mention it in the Zoom call, but everybody was talking and I couldn't, because they started talking about the mud that you can buy off of Beth. So here I am thinking I ordered some. I'm thinking I paid for it and it went through. And then I'm thinking to myself, sure seems like a long time since I paid for it, and I haven't got an email saying it was confirmed or nothing. Then I go to look back, I didn't even order it. Like, what the heck? I swear I ordered it. So, I don't know what's going on. I gotta do some more investigation on that today. Because here I am thinking I was getting some mud in the mail, and I am not. So, yeah. That's that story. So I gotta figure out what the heck I did, so that it can come to me. Come to me, baby, come to me. Finally see the symbol. I haven't had that symbol yet. Can you believe it? Out of all this confetti, I haven't had that symbol till right now. To me, it just looks like a big bunch of blobs. You can see it better on the camera than me looking at it close up. There is like, it's not popping crazy, but I am finding some of them are rising a little bit, and I just push them down. Nothing a good roll won't do. And this one's gonna have to be sealed. There's no two buts about it. It's going to have to be sealed. See, that one's popping up there. But it's not like popping super crazy. But I'm not saying it's not popping. You know what I mean? It is a little bit. But nothing to cry home about. Trust me, if it was annoying me, you guys would know that it's annoying me. But it's not annoying me. This is, I think, where we're gonna have to part for a minute, so I can use the facilities, because I cannot hold it much longer. So I will be right back, and it will seem like seconds for you. I'm back. Did you miss me? Yeah, with every bullet. You ever heard that saying before? Did you miss me? And then you say, yep, with every bullet. It's just a saying. It's just a saying, people. It's just a saying. So, yesterday I went and picked up my mystery diamond painting from the Pink Raspberry. I feel bad because I did give her lots of notice on this painting, but I feel like I bug her all the time, and I don't want to be a bug, you know, to get it. because, you know, I like her to do other customers before me. But I really, really was at the last stretch and really, really needed something else because I do not have anything else for mystery diamond painting if she did not fall through for me. And that's when I usually like to display from the pink raspberry is on the mystery diamond paintings. I know the last one was Every Moment, but because that was a gift. That mystery diamond painting was a gift from somebody, and that's why I did it. But other than that, that all happened. Oh, there's something else I want to... So, like, all day Friday, I was diamond painting here. It was after... Maybe I watched... Maybe it was all day Saturday. No, it couldn't have been all day Saturday. It was Friday. It was majority of Friday because Saturday I was on that Zoom call. And I started watching another show that's on Apple TV called Justice for Jacob, I think it's called. There's only like 4 or 5 episodes, so I watched that one. It's about this boy that's accused of murdering one of his classmates, and his father is like the district attorney, and then ends up like losing his job. I don't know exactly if he's lost it. It's still on the, I'm not sure. Sounds like he did. And then his mother lost her job too because they didn't want to be associated with somebody that's their child has been charged with murder, I guess. That would be devastating. Oh, there goes the fridge. Praise be that the fridge stopped. So, like, that would be horrible if, like, your child murdered somebody. Like, you gotta think about the parents. How do the parents feel? Like, even, like, serial killers, like, even if they're older, like, how does their family cope with knowing that one of their relatives were able to do that? You know what I mean? Like, kill people. That must be awful. And especially, you know, if they're innocent and they're being accused of something they didn't do. Like, I don't know how I would cope with that, really. Because when it's your own child, you want to believe your own child that they did not do it. Or they could not be capable of doing it. Or if you realize that they did do it, how do you react? I don't know, it's just crazy things I think about. But I would feel very bad. I'd be devastated if that ever happened to me. That's all I gotta say about that. But I don't know. I don't know how I would cope with it, really, to tell you the truth. But I was watching that show. It was pretty good. And then I was really into, and I watched the whole entire season of Waco. Because, you know, can't even remember, because I don't even think it told you what year it happened. But I remember it happening. I remember hearing it on the news. Oh, here comes another train. And the news saying that they kill themselves at the end. But if you watch the Netflix series, they do not portray it that way. They portray it as the FBI giving them no way out. They were not wanting to commit mass suicide. That was not what they were about. I don't know, like, they're a cult. They were a cult. Do I agree on their lifestyle? No. But do I agree with what happened to them? No. If you watch the series, and I highly recommend you watch it, the media did not portray it the way that they said it there, because when I heard, I'm like, oh, they all kill themselves at the end. But in reality, according to this documentary, or it's not even a documentary, it's like a TV series, the ending does not portray that way. And it makes you angry and sad and mad. That's what I got from the ending of that. And I don't want to give it away too much in case anybody wants to watch it. But I highly enjoyed that document. I keep on calling it a documentary, but it's not. It's a TV show. I really liked it. There's an actress on it that's on Ozark that I really like. That she plays on Ozark. She plays that young blonde girl that starts working with him and kind of like blackmailing him to work for her, like to work for him. I don't know if anybody's watched Ozark. I'm actually still need to catch up on the last season of it. I haven't watched it yet, but I kind of find that it's kind of like kind of dragging for me now as I'm watching it. So I haven't really been into it to watch. Maybe the season is good. I don't know, because I've only watched a couple of episodes of it so far. Like, there's only so much you can watch about, oh, these gangster guys are gonna kill them because they need to launder their money at the casino. I don't know. It's just me. I have to find it. Well, I really like that Waco one, and I'm sad it's done. That's the problem with me. I'll just sit here and binge watch. And I could probably watch it again because, you know me, I'm diamond painting while I'm doing it, and I look up occasionally. But there's probably a lot of things that I missed that I did not physically watch. Did I believe in the religion? No. But they did not deserve the ending that they got, if it is the truth that is portrayed in the TV series. Which, you know what, and honestly, it probably is true. It probably did happen that way, and the government was covering it up. I could totally see it. I'm not even gonna lie, because the government likes to hide things from us. I'm not just saying, like, all governments. I do honestly think they do hide things from us. Conspiracy theories. No, I don't know. Now I'm just talking gibberish. I like those kind of things. I also like watching, like, documentaries and stuff about, like, the polygamy cults that are like, they have, like, the one that their leader got arrested. I like watching stuff like that too. I don't know, polygamy, stuff about polygamy, like, intrigues me to watch. Not that I want to become a polygamist, don't get that, like, don't get that through your head, I don't want to be. But that lifestyle intrigues me. I don't know why, it just does. Like, I find it interesting to learn about it, you know what I mean? So much like Sister Wives, like, no, I don't mean like that kind of stuff. Like that show, Sister Wives, on TLC. I think that show's dumb. If you like it, I'm sorry. I do watch it. Like, I don't think it's dumb. Like, I follow one of them on Instagram. But I'm talking about the girls that wear the, you know, that look like Mennonites, that wear the clothes and their hair is braided. Those are the ones that I'm interested in watching TV series about, or documentaries or whatever. I just find it fascinating how people can live that way, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Am I talking gibberish now? Probably. But I do find it quite fascinating. I think I'm going to do the stars next. A little stars in my life. But that's basically the TV shows I've been watching lately. I gotta find me another one to watch. I was even tempted to get Crave. Order Crave. Because I know they have shows on there that you can't get on Netflix. If you're wondering what Crave is, it's like the Canadian version of Hulu. Yeah. I don't know why Hulu won't come to Canada, to tell you the honest truth. Because I would so get it if it would, but they don't. They don't offer Hulu in Canada. We have Canadian Netflix, which is totally different than the American Netflix. Because I know for a fact, like, there used to be a way you could cheat Netflix. And you'd get a code of, like, to put in your, you could do it on, like, your Apple box and stuff, where you get a code and you change where you live to the US and you get this code and it would work. The US Netflix would work here in Canada, but once in a while they figure it out and they'd block the code from you. It's kind of like pirating, kind of like, shh, don't tell anybody. But when I did it once. Right now I only watch Canadian Netflix, don't get me wrong. But when I saw what they offer in the US compared to Canada, I'm like so jealous. I'm like, what? We can't get this stuff in Canada. Like Criminal Minds. We don't have Criminal Minds on our Netflix. Why? I don't have a clue why they don't put it on. And we used to have the Supernaturals, and I wanted to catch up on that series because I think I'm only on second season of that, and they don't offer it anymore. And I know it used to be on there because I remember seeing it, and now it's not even on there anymore. But maybe I'll catch up on that. That's one of the ones that I keep on going back. I watched like the majority of This Is Us, except for the last few seasons. I have not caught up on that one. I'm actually totally lost on that one. I stopped watching Grey's Anatomy. I started finding it was kind of dumb. Since, you know, all the good-looking guys, they killed them off. I kind of lost interest after that. Even though I did watch maybe 1 or 2 more seasons after that. But not really into it. I kind of liked Station 19, but kind of died off on that one too, and I haven't watched it. I get bored sometimes of series, and then I stop watching them for a while. Oh, one series I really, really like to watch is The Blacklist. They have that one all on Netflix. Up until the recent series that just finished on TV. But I super, super like The Blacklist. It's one of my favorites. I like that one. I didn't think I'd like it. I started watching it a couple times in the first episode. I'm like, oh, this looks dumb. But then I really sat and watched it, and oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites now. I really, really like it. And I'm not being prejudiced because her name's Elizabeth. But I do really, really like it. But yeah, so you kind of know. I like crime stuff. I like documentaries. Oh, I watched one of a girl too. That was another documentary I watched, but I wasn't really paying attention to that one, so I couldn't even tell you all that happened because I was like diamond painting and it was just background noise, really. I'm way behind on my podcasts of Canadian true crime. Super behind. Maybe I'll listen to one now while I finish this section, because I kind of wanted to finish this section before I do the mystery diamond painting. But you know me, I'm probably going to have to stop because this is taking me for a heck of a long time. I swear it takes me all day to finish one section of this. I don't know. I don't know, people. I'm going a little crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm really liking how my Star Wars is turning out, and I really want to buy another one from Star Wars. I love Star Wars. I'm not even going to lie. I just wish they had more variety. Because, you know, variety is the spice of life, so they tell you. So they say. I don't think it's so much true. But, yeah. I really, really like. I'm probably boring you guys all with my TV shows. Ah! I'm probably thinking this girl's all over the place with what she watches. Oh, you know which other one I don't think I'm caught up on? Or am I? Oh no, I am caught up. I was gonna think I wasn't caught up on The Walking Dead, but I am. I lied. I am caught up on Walking Dead. I am. Oh, I'm telling you, I don't know if they offer this show in the US, Transplant, because it's a Canadian show, but I sure do like it. I think I need to watch that episode too. Oh, another one that I really like too is Nancy Drew. It gives on the Women's Network here in Canada. It's a new Nancy Drew. I really like that show too. But you know me, as you can tell, I love mystery murder. They're my favorite. They're my favorite, or crime shows. Crime shows, mystery murder. I should have became an investigator. That's what I should have. Let's face it, I'm too out of shape to be a cop. But that's what I should have been. Because I am so intrigued by it all. But like in Strathroy, like if I had that job, I'd be like made in the shade because nothing ever happened in here. I'd be like, oh, this is fine. I can sit here and diamond paint and wait for something bad to happen that's never gonna happen. Aren't they silly? They probably don't even have one in Strasbourg. I don't even know, to tell you the honest truth. We did have a terrace though. Look it up, it's true. That was excitement. You saw the like, it's like in the movies where you see all the news vans parked on the streets with the satellite dishes on them. I'm like, it was so cool. I'm like, oh my gosh, this actually really happens. Ah! Okay guys, I live in a small town. You saw it too. I don't know if I saw it for the derailment, but maybe. First we have that terrorist that lived in town that they ended up shooting. Of course, they don't display that out to the public till after that they killed them. All I know is it involved a cab driver. There was an explosion in the cab because he had an explosion on him. I think he was headed to Toronto to blow something up. And, because I think he was taking the cab to London to catch the Greyhound. I think that was his plan, to go to Toronto. Because he wanted to blow something up in Toronto. But he blew something, like didn't blow up the whole cab, but it went off in his backpack. And, I think the cab driver was suing whoever was arresting them. I don't even know. I don't know the whole story, but it was crazy. And the worst part is the town knew that he was here, but nobody informed any of us that he was living here, because he was living in Alberta. And the terms of his parole was he was to move to Strathroy and live with his sister. And they knew he was here. But yet they don't tell any of us that he's living here. But that's near here or there. That just blew my mind when I heard it all unfolding. I was at work actually when it all happened. And the worst part is that he worked at this plant in town called Meridian. And that place is famous for explosions. If he had brought one of those bombs to there, it would have wiped out half of Strathroy. I'm not even joking. They had an explosion there not too long ago. And I was like sitting, because I don't live that far from the plants in town, like where I work, because our plant is like down the road from Meridian. And I was sitting here on the couch, probably diamond painting. I don't even remember what I was doing. And all of a sudden I heard a big bang. And I'm like, what the heck is my neighbor doing? I felt like he dropped big rocks up against the house. Because he always piles all his bricks and stuff along the side of my porch. Yeah, we're not even going to get into that. And I thought, and then his girlfriend texts me, did you just hear that? And I'm like, yeah, what is your boyfriend doing? She's like, he's not even home. It wasn't him. And then when we read on Facebook that there was an explosion at the plant, then we're like, oh my gosh, that's what we felt, was the explosion. So yeah, that was pretty freaky. And my ex-boyfriend actually, you know, the one that I was so in love with, was actually working that day when it happened. And I think that's why he doesn't work there anymore, because he's like, I've had too many brushes with death working at that place. Even though they have protocol for when things like that happen. They didn't even stop working. They continued on working after. It just blew my mind. Like, it was a big explosion. They have this whole explosion team. Yeah. I got the yawns now, guys. I think it's time. It's my cue to end this whip and chat, because now I'm starting to yawn. I got me the yawns. So I should go. This whip and chat was all over the place. When have you not been to a Lizzie Whitman chat that isn't crazy down? Because this one was crazy down. Because I think I'm going crazy, guys. I think I've come to the conclusion that this quarantine stuff, like, I'm not even quarantined because I get to go to work, but just being home on my days off and not being able to socialize is getting to me. Even though I went for coffee, social distance coffee with my family, they don't intrigue or interest me as much as it would be if it was my friends. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to, today at some point, put on the porch of my friend's house a little vegetable care package of some veggies I have, because there's this one that they gave us. It's like potato and broccoli, and it's in the sauce, and you put it in the oven. We didn't really care for it too much, and I got like 4 bags of it. So I'm going to give her one. I'm going to try cooking it again, because I think we didn't cook it the right way the last time. That's why we didn't care for it too much. So I'm going to try cooking it a different way. Let's see if we like it more. But with that said, I think I'm done for today. And I think I'm running out of patty wax, so that is my cue to stop. I'm going to finish my coffee, even though it's kind of lukewarm now. But I'm going to finish my coffee and maybe get something to eat so I can take my pills. Because I haven't eaten yet this morning, and I'm pretty sure Helen's going to call soon. And then she'll interrupt my video, and then I'll be all mad, and I'll be like cranky because Helen interrupted me. And I don't understand why she hasn't called yet, because usually she's right on the horn. But she hasn't yet this morning. So, let's see. The only part about all of this is like, oh, it's such a nice day, we could go for a drive. But really, you can't go for a drive, because if you go too far and you need a pee, where are you going to go pee? Nothing's open to go pee at. Just a thought, if you decide to go for a drive. I thought of these things, because I think of these things. There's nowhere to go pee. Because you can't go into a restaurant, you can't go into a Timmy's to go pee. There's nowhere to go pee. So you really got to think of how far distance you can go. Like me, a trip to St. Thomas and back is very, very hard to hold in my pee. So that's as far as I can go without having to go to the washroom. But anywho, just a thought. Just remember. I know in the US, a lot of places are starting to open up, so maybe you guys can go pee. But here, we cannot go pee yet. If you leave the house and go far away. Even going to like Sarah's, like to drop something off and back. I usually have to go pee after. Especially because, you know, in the car. Coffee and car driving go hand in hand. Or is it just me? Maybe it's just me. But yeah. See? I keep on saying I'm going to leave, but then I keep on talking. You guys should know this by now. I'm not very accurate on what I'm going to do. Here. I think I've done this symbol. How many times have you guys heard me say that? And then like, oh, I just missed a whole bunch. I just had a hippopotamus for lunch. I love that commercial. Yeah, see? I miss some, I miss some, I miss. I'll put it away and I'll find more. Then I'll be like, ah! I'm gonna do this funny arrow next, I think. I think I am. Yeah. That's what I'm doing next. So many symbols I've missed, and then at the end I have to fill them all in. Alright guys, we'll see. There, found one. With that said and done, I'm going to let you guys all go. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye. Well, folks, that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. And if you like, please subscribe to my channel. I'd be super tickle pink. And remember to hit that notification bell and it will remind you whenever I load up a video. And till next time, take care everyone. Bye.